So this one, number 2, says, if you reverse the order of your sequence, will it still take it on to B? So we're starting with A, and it wants us to reflect across. So here's our A, and we're gonna flip it here because it wants it to reflect it first. So we'll reflect it. Oop, I don't have my line drawn correctly. It's this line. Okay, so then we reflect it over, and then we will shift it left 2. So does that look about where B is? I know I've got multiple things drawn, but does that look really close to where B is? And sometimes it helps to take like one line. And so I'll take this line here. We reflect it across 1, 2. So we come over here, 1, 2, and it puts it right here. You just flip it over that line. And then take one end, and if you move it left 2, did it put it where it needs to go? 1, 2, okay. Let's try the same thing with this line. So it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 away. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 away. That's a good sign. It's on the same line here. And then we move it over 2. So 1, 2, and then this one, 1, 2. And so if you can tell, it does end up putting it where it should go. So if you reverse it, it does work on that one. Number 3, describe a sequence that's going to take figure A to figure C. So here's my A. It's obviously not just going to be a slide over because it doesn't match. You might want to try and reflect it and then rotate it. I'm going to assume that y'all have talked about rotations. I hope y'all have talked about rotations. That's what I am seeing on this one. But again, there are lots of ways that you could do this. So as long as it takes this figure and puts it onto that one, then it works. So what I see is to reflect it across this line. So and it doesn't label it, otherwise I would tell it what line it is. But I would take it and flip it across here, and so it ends up about right there. So I'm gonna try and draw it a little bit darker. So we reflect it there. And then once I have it reflected, I'm going to turn it and slide it over. So I'm gonna rotate it 90 degrees. So the reason I know it's 90, I've got this corner here and this line is flat, and I'm just gonna turn it until it is 90 degrees. 180 would be to make it upside down, and then 270, and then 360 would put it back to where it is. And you have to tell, when you do a rotation, you do have to tell which direction it is rotating. And this is going not the same way as the hands on a clock are going. So that's counterclockwise, which is also the same as 270 clockwise. I hope that y'all have talked about rotations a little bit there, because if not, that may be a little overwhelming. Then after I have rotated it, and I'm gonna say, you get to pick a point when you rotate it. It doesn't really matter, but I'm gonna pick about this point here, which we can't label it. So we rotate it, and then we're gonna slide it over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 to the right, and then we need to move it, it looks like, down, 1 down. So that is what I get to go from A to C. I'm not sure off the top of my head how I would do it without a rotation, but that's what I would do there. If I were to reverse the sequence, so I'm gonna take A, and I'm gonna start here. I'm gonna go 1 down, and then I'm gonna go 7 to the right. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let me just count here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's hard to see. Okay, and then I'm going to rotate 90 degrees about this point here. So that's something you can do when you do rotations. Put your pencil on the point that you're rotating it about, or your pen, and then rotate, and it'll keep it centered correctly. And then I'm going to reflect it across that line. So the line is here now. Pen doesn't write on it. And if you reflect it, you can probably already tell that it's not going to end up where it's supposed to. And that's typically the case for your sequences, that if you change the order of them, you're not going to end up with the same final figure. You can look up and end up with the same final figure, but typically it does not work. So hopefully that helps a little bit with that page.